So let's talk about the dynamic between the scapegoat child and the narcissistic sister. Okay, whether this is an older sister or younger sister, the thing is, especially if it's an older sister that is the narcissist and the scapegoat child is the younger sibling, then that scapegoat child, their older sibling, was one of the biggest bullies that they had in their life. Their narcissistic sister was very competitive with their scapegoat sibling, constantly in competition with them, constantly trying to one up them, constantly trying to be better than their little sibling. Okay, constantly finding ways to tear that sibling down, constantly trying to find ways to ostracize that sibling away from everybody else. It's almost like they were very cliquey. Like, the rest of my siblings, I love you guys, I love you, but scapegoat child, I don't love you. You stay over there. And it's like, basically, and especially if this is the eldest sibling, high squirrel, especially if this is the eldest sibling, they kind of get away with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? This most spoiled child kind of sometimes be the oldest, especially if they like the golden child. But anyway, so what happens is that this narcissistic oldest or older sibling, they get away with how they treat the younger sibling because the rest of them kind of just like don't really, the rest of the siblings don't, they enable, they're bystanders, they don't do much to help. And then what happens is that this narcissistic sister, what she'll do to the scapegoat sibling is she will sabotage things for that sibling. She'll sabotage her like her younger sister's birthday. It's her little sister's birthday, and she's making it all about her, where she's throwing a tantrum, or she's having a hissy fit. She's just, oh, woe is me, just being all sad because she's trying to get attention, even if it's negative. She'll do things where if the little sister was trying to have a birthday party or something like that, she'll go to the parents and say, well, I don't think we can do that this time. Maybe we should try something else. And I'm going to do something with the sibling anyway. So don't do anything for their birthday, because trying to just sabotage because they don't want they don't want their sibling to have a good time. They despise their younger sibling. They will do anything in their power to make sure that their younger sibling is not happy. And the one thing that they got to do, because if a person comes and try to sabotage your birthday, that is the utmost disrespect. If they ruin your birthday, that is the utmost disrespect. You get one day a year where it's about you, but they have to treat you that way. I'm telling you, the thing is, the narcissistic sister, she's a big bully, because she probably ain't your first bully, because your parents are your first bullies. But what she'll do is she'll sit there and tear you down verbally, emotionally, psychologically abusive. She'll scream at you. She'll yell at you. She'll holler at you, tell you to shut up and just tell you this, antagonize you. And then when you say something back and you retaliate, then she's shutting you down. And why do you act like that? Why do you do this when knowing that she just intentionally just provoked you? Reactive abuse, and tries to tell everybody else that you are the problem, because as the oldest, people will listen to her more than they listen to you. And you know what? That scapegoat child glows up past that. Narcissistic sister is very, very intrusive and is always trying to just bombard in their scapegoat sibling's life. Okay, like there will be times where the scapegoat child, mind you, the narcissistic sister, all she wants is attention. She wants the attention to be all on her. She wants to be the it girl. She wants to be the one placed on a pedestal. She wants to be the one that is just looked at in such a high, great reverence. That's exactly why, have you ever noticed that if you are a younger sibling and you had older siblings, older sisters that were narcissistic, when you ever had your friends come over, did she always come in and bombard you and your friends? Come in there and say, what are you guys doing? What are you guys talking about? And then just draws the attention all to her? Or how you'll be sitting there like talking with your friends, and then she's just lingering in the background, just kind of listening to conversations, trying to insert herself, trying to interject, trying to basically pull the attention to herself. Or what she'll do is she'll be very disruptive. Like you two could be in a room, like maybe you two are in the living room or something like that. And then she'll come into the living room, sit in another area, just doing her own thing, but it's just still in there bothering you people, because she wants to make her presence known. She wants to have someone talk to her. She wants to be, oh, well, what are you doing? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it gets to a point where it's like that narcissistic sibling turns into like an annoying little sister that is just always around, that you just want to like, okay, can you just go away and just give us our space? They never want to give you your space. They never give you your space. And it's crazy, because it's like whenever your friends are not around, they ignore you. They leave you alone. But the minute you have friends around, then they're all up in your face. The narcissistic sister will also do some crazy things, like be so abusive and so mean to you. But then when you guys are around family members or at family gatherings or get-togethers, then she'll be all up in your face, like, "Hey, come on, let's take a picture together," and then just post it all on social media, act like she's just this great big sister when she's really not. She's abusive. The narcissistic sister is also very much a pathological liar. She will sit up there and lie on her scapegoat sibling to the other siblings, to the other parents, and even have the parents looking at that scapegoat child in a negative light, because because they look at the scapegoat child as this bad person. So if they're bringing up lies, it's easily to be believed. That's why they're so manipulative. But they don't ever talk about the good that you do. The good is just bypassed. But the thing is, the narcissistic sister against the scapegoat child is like arch rivals. Like that's like arch enemies, because that narcissistic sister does anything in her power to make that scapegoat child miserable, to relational aggression, trying to dismantle, cause discord amongst the siblings, cause discord amongst parents. And I guarantee you, because my own older sister did the same thing to me. And that's exactly why I'm no contact with her. And she's watching me right now. Hi, fan.